Those of you following this channel know that I published a lot of iPad case review videos, and many of you keep writing me in the comments or even via direct message or email that I have to check out the Zugu case. Well, here it is. And here's the cheap alternative. Hi everyone and welcome to the Paperless Movement YouTube channel. I'm Tom Solid and I research the best hardware and software solutions you need to digitize your life and to become more productive at work and in your home office, so you will have time for the things that really matter to you. And today we talk about hardware again, and here it is, the Zugu case everybody is talking about. And I always thought, who is paying? In my case it was 80 euros for a case where you get good cases already for 20 euros, okay? And here it is. So this is actually the box here. Okay, let's open it and we see here's a nice paper foil. So it looks very high quality, and what I actually really like is this card, because it's a personal card from the founder Tim Angel and son Carter. Obviously these two together developed this case. And the Zugu case is already 6 years old. That's what he's writing here. So he's describing his journey and so on. So I like this personal touch this case has already. We have the two dry package so it doesn't get wet during transport, and protection. And here it is, the Zugu case. So let's get it out and get this away, and this is it. So what I already like is really the material. So I understand this now. It looks really well made, yeah? It feels good, and it is not very sensitive. I mean, if you compare this to the original Apple Folio keyboard here, if I do this or something like that, it gets dirty very fast. I showed you this in another video already, but this one looks very stable. And when you open it, there's my lucky number 27. That's already a good sign, and it looks really premium quality. So if you open this and you put it in here compared to other cases, it looks like, okay, I can bed my iPad in there. It will feel very cozy and comfortable in there. Yeah, I actually really like it. So let's just bring it in there. And it fits perfectly. It doesn't feel like I'm hurting my iPad when I'm bringing it in compared to other cases. Okay, so what I already like, there are signs for the buttons here. So you can see that here's the switch on off, and they press very well. So in most cases, got this, those buttons are really stiff to press, but here it feels really well to press these buttons. So well done here. And if we close this, it fits in there, okay? So I hope you can see this. It really fits perfectly. If you compare this to other cases like this one, when you open and close it, it doesn't align. It is, well, it's nothing, it's not a problem, but it's a really nice detail I really like. And they have a spare here where you can just open it easily, so you don't have to get in there somehow. You can just easily open it. And obviously on all sides you have the typical openings for the four speakers, and for the microphone and for the camera. Everything is there. What I also really like is when you put the Apple Pencil here, that it fits perfectly, and you see it's integrated somehow, so it's much more protected. Although it's not covered like for other cases, it is much more protected, and I'm sure it will less be likely to drop out. If you compare this to the normal iPad without this thing, you see how exposed the Apple Pencil is. So as soon as something gets here, it will drop off. So I really like this. Okay, so there it is. It's the iPad in there, it's the Apple Pencil in there, and I have to admit, it feels really premium. It really feels premium. So what you also have on the back, and that's a problem I faced as well, with the Apple Pencil is always attached, I feel that battery is draining. I never had a problem with the iPad Pro 2017. I charged it, I forgot the iPad for a week, for example, because I didn't need it or something, and it was still enough battery to work with it. But here, within a day or 2 days, it's nearly empty. So something is going on, and I'm sure one part is especially the Apple Pencil being attached all the time. I really like cases that allow you to put it on top or and somewhere else to carry it around. So for the Zugu case, they added on the back a nice slot where you can just put the Apple Pencil in there. So I really like this idea that I have 2 different positions if I really want to make sure that it is not draining the battery or that it is really secured in there, that I have different options where to put my Apple Pencil in there without making the case bulkier. Because there are also cases like this one where you can put it on top, but you also can put it inside somewhere and it makes the whole case bigger. So this for me is also the perfect solution to carry around the Apple Pencil and have 2 different positions to do this. So well done here. And now let's check out the positionings. Because you know, if you watch my other videos, what I really don't like is the restriction of positioning of my iPad. And you know, the video I made about the Apple Smart Folio keyboard, you only have 2 different positions how you can put it. And if you want to draw something, this is not a position to draw. So I want to have something in this angle, for example. So it's much easier to draw. So if you want to watch this video, because this is an extension you can buy for this Apple Folio original keyboard that allows you to make it in this angle, go ahead and watch this video. But now let's see what angles we can have with the Zugu case, and we see already there are plenty, because that's the thing how we position it. So let's check it out. So we just bring it on the back side, then we just flap out this one, and we see here these holes, and I'm not really sure why they are there. However, I think it's for heat, so you have a much better aeration so it doesn't overheat, and it's really nice. Again, there is really a lot of thought in this case. I see this because you have these holes, which is a problem maybe for debris or something like that, or that you can get scratches. However, when you carry it around, it is closed. And that's really well done. It's closed by this flap, so it has a double function here. It's not only for positioning, it's also closed. And I feel it. Here are 2 magnets as well. When you close this, it stays closed, yeah? It's not like flapping around, it is really closed. It is really well thought through, so well done here. Open it and bring it into position. And that's it, and you can start to draw. And I have to say, that looks really great. It is, you know, it's really lightweight, it looks good, it doesn't feel cheap. So well done so far. And now let's see how many positions we can get here. Oh, I really like the feel of the buttons. It nearly feels you're pressing the button directly. And again, even with the Logitech one, they are really thick buttons. It's hard to press the buttons there. That's something I really don't like, using full covering cases. So in this case, it feels really nice. And what I also like, I see this already, that we have a lot of different positions, and it goes even down to the position I like to draw stuff. So this is really nice. People, you've been right! I had to check out the Zugu case. This is exciting. That's actually exciting. I thought, why would you pay so much money for a simple case? But I see it now, I understand it. I mean, the problem is there is no keyboard. But if you're an artist anyway and you're just using your iPad for drawing, I think that's perfect. Also there are magnets in here as well. So with these magnets, it stays really in place. So it's not dropping around, it's rock solid. And for those of you missing the keyboard when you have the Zugu case, you can get one of these. I made a video about this. It's a foldable keyboard. You can just unfold. It's like this. It's nice to write. You connect it once with the Bluetooth and it will stay connected. So as soon as you open it, you can start writing with your iPad. And I think putting this in front and start to write, that's the perfect solution. So we see here, I also can put it in the right angle, put it in here, and I can start to write. Put it away, close the iPad. It is perfectly, it's so slim, and you can just put this, and that's all you have to carry around. You have a keyboard and you have a case. If you don't need the keyboard very often, I think that's the perfect solution. I have to admit, I was missing out on something when I didn't review the Zugu case. However, I showed you in the beginning, there's an alternative, a cheap alternative, and we will have a look at this now as well, just in comparison. It's just so much cheaper compared to the Zugu. And if you look at the name, the okay, don't name your products like this. It just is too hard to read. However, it looks like, you know, they're really copying the Zugu case here. But usually nothing is like the original. Okay, so let's test this. So already obviously the package is already different, and I can imagine, and there's only the case in there. The problem is I ordered the wrong size. So this is only the iPad 11-inch. I didn't want to wait any longer to get the 12-inch to compare it. And what we already see is the closing. So when we close, oh, it feels so good. When we close, it's really aligned. If you compare it to the cheap one, you see it's overlapping already. But there's also a thank you card. Without your product review, we don't exist. Okay, thank you very much. I'm doing the review right now. All right, so what we have in here is a place where we can put the Apple Pencil to. So the place for the Apple Pencil is in here. So you can see it like this. It is plasticky. It feels cheaper. Also, it feels much more like leather compared to this one, but this one really feels nice. And this one just looks a bit cheap. And we see already that they also got the slots here. And if we take it around, we have this nice thing with the holes and everything. And here, oh God, this feels, it's just, okay. It doesn't feel very intuitive. And now we can put it like this. It is stable, yeah. It is stable. But this feels much more solid. Obviously I'm comparing here the smaller size with this, but still, and the lowest position is also not as low. Again, it is not a 12-inch, maybe the bigger one can go slower, but yeah, it is working. It is somehow like the Zugu case. If you're looking for a real cheap alternative, I will put both links of the Zugu case and of this one into the description. It will work so that the buttons here are not as nice as the buttons here, because here they are sticking out, the buttons. In this case, the button is inside, so you have to press further. So these are the little details I really prefer having on the other case. And you got a position where you can just put your Apple Pencil there if you want to keep writing, and put it like this. And there's also on top this position for the Apple Pencil as well, yeah. So it will stay on the magnet on there. It's not much of a difference to the normal iPad as it is standing out compared to the Zugu case, where it is really hiding. So these are all these little details I really like about the Zugu case. And if you don't mind to spend a bit more money, you really have a case here that is lightweight, that covers the whole iPad properly all around. You have your Apple Pencil secured, so So I'm looking forward to carry around my iPad now like this, because it really feels like the Apple Pencil is not dropping off anymore. And that's something I was complaining about, having the iPad on its own, that it is, you know, just on top of this. And as soon as you drag it around, it just keeps moving or is dropping off. And here it's a really nice solution. So you don't have this bulky cover here, what all the other cases have, like this one, you know, where everything is covered, but it makes the whole case bigger. So it is really a good solution. I want to point out that this video is not sponsored, and I'm buying all the stuff on my own because I really want to be unbiased in all the stuff, and I want to stay this way so I can really give my honest opinion on this stuff, where I paid my own hard-earned money. But if you want to support me, just go below, use the affiliate links down there, or buy my products I'm selling, because that's the way I'm able to buy all the stuff, make all these reviews. And I really want to thank you at this point for all your support I received so far since I started in 2018. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, and let's go paperless together!